Mohammed Munna says his children had become like skeletons after the family was forced from their home in Myanmar's Rakhine state and had to forage to survive. They've since fled to Bangladesh, but their story is testament to something Myanmar's ruling junta has apparently suppressed: that the country is in the grip of a severe food crisis. Before leaving Rakhine, Munna says he saw his neighbour's 2 young children die.
They ate jungle leaves due to days of starvation, and food poisoning killed them. They passed away during a rainy night while sleeping on a tarp mat in their burnt-down house. A day later, their mother also passed away.
Hunger in Rakhine, home to the persecuted Rohingya minority, is so severe that it's partly responsible for an exodus of 70,000 refugees to Bangladesh this year. But an investigation by Reuters has found that Myanmar's junta has been pressuring researchers to not collect data about hunger and aid workers not to publish it. And that's had an impact. Because of fears for the safety of researchers, the world's leading hunger watchdog has removed its colour-coded hunger assessment of Myanmar from the global map on its website. The Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, or IPC, has also never made public 3 detailed analyses that showed war-torn Myanmar was facing one of the worst food crises on the planet. Data from one report appeared on a UN website last month. It said about 14.4 million people, or roughly a quarter of the population, were experiencing acute food insecurity in September and October. It also projected the number would hit 15 million by next summer. The data was later removed from the website because of security concerns. Myanmar has been in turmoil since the military ousted an elected government in 2021. That sparked mass protests that escalated into an armed rebellion on many fronts. Matthew Smith, chief executive of human rights group Fortify Rights, said a severe food crisis is being compounded by restrictions on humanitarian aid.
There are people dying from things like diarrhea and other preventable causes. And so it's certainly at a stage now where the food crisis combined with the denial of humanitarian aid is resulting in a humanitarian catastrophe.
Reuters spoke to more than 30 aid workers, researchers, diplomatic sources and UN officials. Many declined to speak on the record, fearing retribution by the military. An official at Myanmar's Ministry of Information didn't respond to questions for this story. One diplomatic source said the secrecy around Myanmar's hunger research is hampering efforts to raise money for humanitarian aid. That's because, they said, relief organisations have been unable to use findings to shine a spotlight on the severity of the situation. Aid workers described a harrowing environment of clandestine data collection and fear around publishing their findings. And that fear is justified. Last year, Myanmar's military detained multiple food security researchers, according to people familiar with the matter. The detentions haven't been publicised, and Reuters has been unable to determine what had happened to the researchers.